time for the trial. Let's see what this stuff turns out to be. Is the guy still alive or no?
I've completely forgotten what the plot is at this point.
Shakespeare seems to have been poisoned.
Something about soap.
Something about soap.
And there is soap
he wasn't technically dead. He just sort of pretended to be dead, sort of, but not really.
His greatest act, basically, so far.
Yeah, I still believe he's the Romeo and Juliet, like fake poison thing.
Ah, the Old Bailey. This place always makes me feel strange. Seem to get chills down my spine and break out in a nervous sweat all at the same time.
Hey, Charlie. Hey, Bailey. It's just like he knows the bailiffs by name.
Oh, didn't think I'd be back here so soon.
Hey, why isn't John here?
That's my line. Yep,
yeah,
I do it.
Good morning, students.
You don't look so good, though. Ah, good morning, Mr. Natsman.
It was only 2 days ago that I was declared not guilty here.
Ah, how time flies.
Man, you had shit luck.
We somehow managed to prove he didn't stab Miss Green in the back.
But now this! Another body, another murder. Here I am again in this hellhole. Can't keep coming to court.
I'm beginning to think he's right. It really does seem as though he's cursed. Oh, look!
Oh, that's
cute. Yeah. I forgot we turned those on.
I'm afraid I have bad news. Oh!
Her clothes are cute.
Mr. Natsume, good morning.
What is she wearing?
Yeah, it's one of the
I think it's called outfits. Iris's homemade outfit. It's modeled after Iris's, and kind of shows his outfit a little bit.
You can see like the logo on her belt.
Yep.
So here we are again.
Don't say it. Yeah, very happy.
Yeah, again. Uh-huh.
Nice weather, right?
This is a misclick at the mask class. Why is this bad news?
Oh dear, you heard, did you?
If you come in shouting at the top of your voice, people can't help but hear what you say.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You've done nothing wrong, Mr. Sato. Now, what is it?
You're fired.
Is Fuzzy?
Well, it seems that the prosecution in today's trial
is none other than... Yep, Fuzzy. Yay!
So there's a big surprise. I think I'm gonna have a heart attack and die from that surprise.
Yay, I get to do his voice again.
Van Zeeks?
PTSD. No.
Oh, remember him? The so-called Reaper of the Bailey, the most legendary prosecutor in the land.
Alright, enough dick sucking.
I wish. In the trial 2 days ago, he pursued Soseki-san and I relentlessly.
I don't remember what voice I gave him.
By the skin of our teeth, we managed to pull through, but still.
It was just a low, raspy voice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Perhaps Mr. Natsume's approval in the last trial wasn't the end of the matter after all.
Yes, I know what you're thinking. The legend of the Reaper that says nothing can save a person in the dock when Lord Van Zeeks is the prosecutor. So RPG, that's gonna be our new thing for orange text.
Orange text.
Oh my god.
So if you go on the soundboard, it's there, so you can use it when you see it as well.
I added it to our server soundboard, and I also have it here on my.
Yeah.
Oh
so now all we need to do is
that's perfect.
to use it when we see each other.
When we see the orange text.
Yeah.
But only when you're the one voicing, so we don't have multiple people doing the same thing.
And even if that person is found not guilty, the accused will be a mysterious sin one way or another.
Like that?
I like more the idea that as soon as we stop
As soon as you read it,
orange
yeah,
text,
I wasn't sure when to do it. So like,
Yeah,
you
it would
read the
be
orange
like,
text, do the jingle, and then
I like it. Okay, I get it
let's do
now.
it that way. We've experienced it firsthand.
Oh
Right.
man, that's a good one.
The man we successfully defended met the most terrifying end after his acquittal right here in the Old Bailey. Yeah, remember that?
Do I have to put up with those ice cold eyes boring to my soul again? Cursed by evil spirits and out by the Reaper.
This is just fucking pelvis thrust.
Pair of petrifying pelvis, potentially pelvis.
Well, if it's potentially, at least you appear to have hope, Mr. Natsume.
Local souls miss an hour though, X-Fire.
Yes.
I'm innocent. You have to believe me. Do you want anyone know?
Don't worry. I'll be a steadfast ally every step of the way in this battle, I promise.
Until you're found guilty.
And this promises to be a hard battle, I fear.
Well, the trial is scheduled to begin shortly. We should move into the courtroom.
Let's go. I too.
Let's fucking go.
Oh yes, I forgot to say. I'm afraid you won't be able to make it, Mr. Sholmes, I mean.
It's probably good.
She's dying.
I don't know. That's probably for the best. Yeah.
Oh!
If he were here, I might be tempted to rely on his help. Oh, that's the reason?
Oh.
That could be seen as a weakness. Flo and Zeke were to notice, he'd prey on it mercilessly.
Is it really thinking, Larson Six figures out I'm gay, things will be bad.
Oh no, that's courtroom drama that I don't want. At least that's my gut feeling.
Mr. Naruhodo, why do they say that you're gay? Is this true?
You don't,
Like,
you don't look so happy.
It took me a second that you were doing as the judge when you read Mr. Naruto and Setsu Saturday. I was like, oh Jesus, puberty's acted fast.
Her balls dropped one floor below.
Mr. Naruhodo.
You're right. Yes, you're so right. Oh, what's the local student, Miss Naruto Aspire? Well said.
I swear on the sword at my side and on the spirit of Kazuma that it harbors. I'll show him what a Japanese lawyer can do. I'll set you free with honor. I mean, we already know that we're gonna do it because this is a flashback, right? So.
Yeah.
Guilty, and then it would actually be a really good plot twist that we are actually found guilty, but then we have something going on.
I mean, he does make it back to Japan, right? Soseki, so.
Yeah. Yeah, so I feel like the biggest plot twist is that you actually lose. Oh, hello
He's in
again.
another courtroom.
It's Bruce, what's his name?
In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, rest her soul, I hereby declare this court to be in session. I now call upon the counsels for the prosecution and defense to declare their willingness to proceed.
I don't feel like it. How's it going, Dracula?
And I just like this. Like, dude.
It's like after all that.
Like, after all that, the prosecution is ready. No. The prosecution is ready.
Hey, the defense is ready, my lord.
Readiness for the trial, my learned Nipponese friend, is not what the defense needs. What you need is readiness for your inevitable defeat.
Ooh. It's not just in my imagination, it's really there. Lord Van Zix had such an animosity towards us Japanese for some reason.
It was some time ago then now that he first became known as the Reaper of the Bailey, I believe. These past few years, he hasn't appeared in court at all.
Yet now he's back in the courtroom. Though for some reason, only when I'm defending. This
I do feel
Reaper.
that this is directly connected to the fact that all the cases that you were to defend were appointed by male Strongheart.
Male strong.
Oh, right, that
Yeah.
guy.
I mean, yeah, or
But this is the only one that isn't, but it's still you.
there's like
I
a
don't
connection
know.
with Japan somehow, and you know,
Yeah.
he being sus about all that, right?
He knows
I
like
feel
in Japan.
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I feel that even though he's racist, I do feel that he's not the antagonist. I do feel he's male Strongheart, and he's
Yeah, no,
actually going after him.
Van Zeeks is probably he's not evil. I don't think that.
He's just doing his thing.
This Reaper with his curious disdain for us Japanese is a prosecutor shrouded in mystery. And the stench of red wine. Still, this isn't the time to be pondering that. I have to concentrate on Soseki-san's trial.
Furthermore, I now call upon the 6 ladies and gentlemen of the jury. You have been chosen at random to represent the will of the people in this trial. Are you ready to fulfill your duty?
Absolutely. I had the feeling this Larky wasn't innocent before.
I'm glad
Oh,
you remember the
God.
voice you gave him.
Yep.
I don't remember any of these characters.
Oh lordy.
I think that was Sebastian.
I must say that I feel especially ruthless on days when my hat refuses to sit right.
I don't remember who it was. This
I
guy.
can do it.
Shar, Pinocchio.
Oh. Wait. Was it me?
Yeah, that was you. You did the Pinocchio voice.
Oh, right. Oh, well, I rather like how you're wearing your hat. I think the rootless look is very fetching, actually.
She's new.
New?
Alright, I guess it's gonna be me again.
Mhm.
Or I can do the next guy. Which one do you prefer?
I think I did the
mean,
next guy, but
yeah.
you
Who
go right
wants
ahead
to
if
be
you want.
Hojo-sama?
I mean,
I mean, Sebastian's better at it than
I can,
Yeah,
I,
that's
I can
fine.
do it. I can
That's
do
all
it.
just-
Sure. I need to be somewhere at 10 o'clock. I have a very important meeting. Let's make this quick.
Yeah, you're better at it than me. I'm not that good at that sort of thing.
I couldn't agree more. I need to take home 5 bob tonight, or the missus will go through the roof.
May the Lord show us a light here and lead his
Santa.
flock to a righteous ready. Are you a pastor too?
Santa Claus.
He was a doctor too in the last case of the first game,
The British jury system is so different to our own, isn't it?
right?
So many people are willing to do jury duty like 2 times in a row.
Or 3 or 4.
Quite extraordinary to think that the power of judgment is in the hands of 6 members of the public.
Randomly selected, might I add, from London's what? 6
Very-
million inhabitants.
randomly selected.
Yeah, randomly selected.
I mean,
the same
London-
6 people
London
the entire
only-
time.
London is famously like 1 block wide only.
You know, it has a population of
Yeah,
20. It
it's
makes
only-
sense.
It's only Briar
Yeah.
Road and nothing else.
And that the judge can only pass sentence when all jurors are in agreement about the defendant's guilt.
We know this. 6 citizens of London chosen at random. Or at least that's the idea.
The prosecution would draw attention to the fact that the accused was on trial here but 2 days ago. Accordingly, where possible, the same jurors have been asked to return for duty today.
That does not make sense.
Duty.
Very well, let us commence the trial.
So if they are the same call, then why is there 1 new person? Is that gonna be plot relevant?
He died.
Or Van Zeeks, your opening statement, please.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, it is not the intent of the prosecution to cast doubt over your past decision.
But I'm gonna do that anyway.
This is
Oh,
about
but
a
I
new
do
problem.
Anyway.
However, the innocent verdict afforded to this eccentric Nipponese before has had dire consequences.
Ah, he crimed again, and he... I assure
let
you.
him free. Did the accused repent for his wrongdoing in that affair? Far from it.
He was innocent. What wrongdoing did he do?
Instead, he used his freedom to perpetrate a most blood-curdling crime.
Jaywalking.
Namely, the tax fraud. Namely, that of the attempted murder of his neighboring lodger, an innocent Englishman. To explain the circumstances of the crime, the prosecution calls its first witnesses to the stand.
The victim.
Witnesses.
Yeah, witnesses.
The victim! Okay, there goes his cape.
The cloak is already off.
The detective responsible for investigating the scene, and the accused himself.
Oh,
Okay.
interesting.
No.
No
Hello.
eating in court. Stop it.
Witnesses, your names and occupations, please.
Yes, sir. Tobias Gregson, Detective Inspector at Scotland Yard, Homicide Division.
Soseki Natsume from the Empire of Japan.
Nice occupation.
My government ordered me to come as a student to study your language and culture.
Mr. Natsume?
Yes? How's it going, sir?
I'm quite sure I'm not mistaken that you swore an oath never to set foot in my courtroom again.
He did
Hey,
that.
you decided to call me. You could have just let it slide.
I remember it as if it were yesterday.
Yeah, it was 2 days ago, but
The day before, in fact, my lord. But close enough.
Yep.
Believe me, this is the last place I want to be.
I also remember saying that. Oh yeah, he swore that. No, watch him be in court again, and here we are.
Inspector, let's hear from you first. Explain the case for the court.
Oh yes, please do.
Right to us, sir. The incident occurred at Garadab household, where the defendant has lodgings. In the ground floor of the room, the victim, Mr. William Shakespeare. The defendant has already admitted to visiting the victim on the night in question. Mr. Champion collapsed in his room as a result of poisoning by
Mr. Shampoo.
strychnine. Strychnine.
Strychnine.
Strychnine.
Strychnine.
Strychnine.
Poison by poison.
Yeah, it's poison.
It was found the following morning when the landlord, suspecting something was wrong, broke down the door.
Not quite accurate. Natsume was the one who broke down the door, but
This means, I presume, that the door to the victim room was locked at the time of the incident.
this is not gonna get old, is it?
Nope.
Nope.
If it didn't in the actual show, it's not going to get old here.
True.
Correct, my lord. It was locked from the inside, making entry to or exit from the room impossible.
Oh god.
Although the victim, Mr. Shakespeare, lives to tell tale, he very nearly didn't. The man was halfway to heaven when we first found him. Oh, is heaven always capitalized?
Probably
I did not
yes.
know that.
Depends
was
on
not-
who's talking.
I was the first officer on the scene, my lord.
If you're incredibly pious, then
I mean,
yeah, you would capitalize heaven and hell.
Wait, what does it mean? Depends on who's talking. How can you
What?
capitalize while talking?
Good point.
And I have a photographic print here that I took on top of to show how it looked.
Yes, a chilling scene indeed. The man looks very much deceased.
What's that puddle by the gas
Pay
meter on
attention
the
to that
floor?
to that puddle, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think his whatever content was on the teacup?
No, I'm pretty sure it's a gas leak. That's a very likely scenario as well.
True. Could also be.
Could be. I mean, if it's pressurized, it would be
Yeah.
liquid.
Considering
maybe.
it's the exact spot where, like, right underneath the spot
Right at the
where you
gas- yeah,
pay
where
for
the
the gas
pipes.
to start or whatever.
Yeah.
He could, yeah, it could be a gas leak because, I at least am theorizing that he completely shut down his to increase the volume of gas in Natsume's abode. And
Possibly.
the piping
Yeah,
might be
totally
old and
possible. I
then
mean,
leaking pipes.
Exactly. No, Natsume did say he was like feeling like he was choking in his sleep, so
Yeah.
signs point
Pretty
to
sure
yes.
I saw that the gas poisoning like a long time ago. That's right. Everyone present believed that's exactly what he was.
Very well. I'll accept this photographic print as evidence for the court.
Whoa! Photographic print of the scene taken by police upon their arrival. Victim can be seen unconscious at the table, having been poisoned.
Now then, Mr. Natsume.
Are we also going to assume that he's lying because he's actually holding the teacup while he was supposed to be down?
I don't know.
Yes?
As a defendant, do you have anything to say at this juncture?
No, I didn't do it.
That's bullshit. They're haunted by evil spirits.
Can I plead insanity? Is that a thing?
Perhaps not yet. Good gracious, what's haunted?
No, do you know why I'm laughing so hard? I was looking at a non-existent camera just then. Like I actually turned my head to the wall.
Episode of The Office. My lodgings! There'll be a whole series of strange happenings in my lodgings. They tell them before me die in mysterious circumstances. A woman was stabbed by no one on the street outside. My neighbor was poisoned. And me! What about me? I've nearly been killed countless times.
Killed Mr. Natsume? How?
Even on that fateful night, it happened when I returned from Mr. Shemp's room. I lit my gas stove and climbed into bed, but before long... They really are hammering in the gas thing. The stove went out, and somebody tried to kill me!
You must always extinguish all fires before retiring for the night, Mr. Natsume.
He cannot. He has no windows. It's so cold. My runny nose will freeze. My stuffy nose.
I thought that's what you have the mustache for.
Ugh.
To catch the snot.
No. The point is, I didn't poison my neighbor. Oh, why am I being accused of this? Why is my existence so cursed?
It's because you look so damn Asian. Just stop it.
Thank you, witnesses. I believe I have a reasonably clear picture of events.
Really do, you know.
Do you?
If I could raise one more point, my lord. One more conclusive point.
Conclusive? Go on.
Fortunately, the victim, Mr. Shakespeare, has regained consciousness after his ordeal.
Oh, yeah, he named him.
And he has named the true culprit.
You gotta be careful maybe with my sound effects now. Oh.
The poison consumed by the victim was administered in a cup of tea that he drank on the night in question. Tea, my lord, that was brought to the victim's room by the accused.
The accused? Good grief.
Wait, didn't he have books? He had books and tea?
Yes, so.
Order! Order!
Yes, that's the crux of this whole case. If Soseki-san is innocent, then why? Why has the victim accused him?
Because the victim is a mastermind.
Well, Mr. Natsume, what have you to say to this accusation?
Yes, I did. Oh, okay. It's a freshly brewed tea with me when I visited Mrs. Shakespeare's room. As a gift. The public water pump outside always freezes at night, so I bought bottled water especially to make it. And this is the result. Never want to touch sea again. F.
Well, you're in England. Good luck with that.
The public pump was frozen, you say?
That's not information we've heard before.
True.
Mm-hmm.
That will do, thank you. Now, according to our laws, the defense must have the opportunity to cross-examine the witnesses at least once. Therefore, I call upon these witnesses now for a formal testimony. I presume the prosecution has no objection?
None whatsoever, my lord.
Good. Then you will give your account of events on the night in question to the court now.
Yes, gimme.
Yes, my lord.
My lord.
Malord.
Milady.
Malard.
It worked a little too well in that instant. I don't know why.
Who did that? It wasn't me.
That was me. I don't know why I felt
Technically
like
not
putting
wrong.
it
There's
there.
orange text there.
Oh my god, that worked so well.
It was around 9 o'clock in the evening when I visited my dad, and I took some tea with me as a gift. We had a heated literary debate over a nice hot drink, after which I went back to my room at around 11. My tea was completely harmless. He couldn't have locked the door behind me otherwise, could he?
True. Strychnine takes some time to have an effect on the body. People don't keel over immediately after taking it. The victim will have been perfectly able to lock the door after his guest left. The argument still stands. Should we press on the strychnine to have more information?
Yeah, probably more information on the. Yep.
Yes, I see. It all seems relatively straightforward.
Until it isn't anymore.
Excuse me, but the testimony does raise one rather crucial point, I think. Mr. Natsume claims his tea to have been harmless. Presumably, though, the teacups have been examined for traces of the poison, haven't they?
Why didn't I think of that? Because you're dumb.
Because you're not the main character. Well, as it happens, no. We haven't been able to.
Oh, isn't that convenient?
Did I hear correctly, Inspector? Scotland Yard has failed to examine the suspect's substance?
The substance.
So.
How could you have overlooked something so important? Isn't that the first thing you should have done?
My learned Nipponese friend is falsely incensed. The inspector said Scotland Yard was unable to examine the tea, not that it was overlooked.
Unable? Why?
It's simple enough. There was none left. Not a drop.
Right. Wait, can't you just... Can't you still examine the teacups for traces?
Yeah.
Like it touched the walls of the cup on the inside, right? Is that
Was
not
there
a
even
duck?
any tea?
Did he dry the teacup just to prevent people for
That is
scrubbing for
so
it?
weird.
Someone must have been very thirsty indeed.
With current scientific techniques, it's not possible to test for poison under such circumstances.
Oh, I guess.
Citation needed.
Maybe. Maybe.
I mean, over 100 years ago, I wouldn't be too surprised.
Yeah.
I mean, we only need a drop, but that one drop does actually have to exist, funnily enough. Yeah, I feel like it's impossible to drink and not leave a single drop. I think.
You could-
I know it has to be
Yeah, you
purposefully
could-
cleaned or
You
something.
could wipe it. Yeah, you could wipe it.
Yeah.
The lack of examination notwithstanding, it appears nothing other than the tea passed the victim's lips on the night in question. Unless you believe Holmes
Unless-
that he ate soap.
Yeah, I was gonna say unless he ate the red part out of that soap that he had on the table, right? Because that, if we assume that the soap that he had on the table was the same as this one,
Yeah.
that had a thing in it.
Right.
There's nothing. Really, there's nothing in there. Well,
I forgot we had the pair of teacups
oh yeah.
as a thing we can actually rotate.
I see. Thank you. The matter is clear.
Cast your eyes over the jury, my learned friend.
They have not been paying attention. What?
You're
You
looking
can see it in the
suicide.
faces, I'm sure. The recognition of the accused's guilt.
I see something, but not sure if it's
Yeah,
that.
Mr.
Well,
Yeah,
yes, some people are just zoning out.
Especially this
The
guy.
client's fate is all but sealed.
Summation examination. Wait, cross-examination
Mere
first. Then.
moments from now, you will lose, and your compatriot will be damned for all eternity.
Aha, but he won't. He's right. I can feel all 6 of the jurors looking daggers
we do
at
have
me.
this
Really?
thing that like even when we get a guilty verdict, we can just for some reason, hey, no, you. And
Yeah,
then
exactly.
actually
We just
the
bullshit,
jurors are getting done.
bullshit our way out of it. Yeah.
I forgot about that mechanic.
I can't let them beat me down. I won't.
What does Naruhodo have on his shoulder? I just noticed that.
It's a little mouse. He's called Shunosuke.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that is so cute. I didn't know that.
Counsel for the defense, proceed with your cross-examination.
Yes, my lord.
Where'd the mouse go?
It's on his shoulder, but
9 o'clock. All right. Tell me more about this evening.
what is tea?
Were you and your neighbor good friends then? What is tea? The letter of the alphabet.
No, we weren't friends. Not at all. Not at
We
all.
were mortal enemy. I wanted this guy dead. Wait, what? No.
That
Never, ever, ever, never, never, ever, never, never.
Simple no would have sufficed.
uh,
You know,
It
you're
was
not
just
wearing the
itchy.
armband. It's okay. You're not wearing the armband.
it's like when you. It's just like when you take off your glasses to use contacts, but you still do the thing when you
Just-
push the glasses on.
the phantom armband. I love it.
Yeah.
Then why did you decide to pay him a visit?
Weird that the extra outfit did not account for that animation.
This is just be fancy itself having great literary knowledge. As a fellow scholar of English literature, we found much to talk about together.
Shakespeare fan club.
Come now, no Nipponese could understand the finer points of English literature.
And on the night in question, that was the topic of conversation as well, I presume?
It was the day of my last trial when I was acquitted. I just arrived back at my lodgings. When I ran into Mr. Shakespeare outside on the street, that was around 6 o'clock. We exchanged one or two pleasantries, but it soon turned out into a heated discussion about how Juliet could bench press Romeo.
Exactly.
He was on his way out at the time, though.
On his way out at night.
So I promised to visit his room that evening at 9 to continue our debate. But did I have ill intentions? No, no one, not you, not any. Not at all. Never, ever, never, never, ever.
A simple no would have sufficed, I feel.
Then tell the court, what did happen when you visited the victim's room?
Yeah.
What drink was it?
A literary debate about Shakespeare's works, I think you said, didn't you?
Shakespeare? Ah, very worthy topic of conversation, I must say.
Oh, yes, my lord. Romeo and Juliet, who was stronger? It was a profoundly pleasurable part.
Who could beat the shit out of each other more?
Yeah, exactly.
Romeo and Juliet?
Who was stronger?
And I'm going to regret asking this, but how'd the debate go?
Well, we both agreed that we would reach a conclusion more quickly with a reenactment.
Okay, tell me more about that.
Go on.
So,
Did you do
who
it in
kissed
cr-
who?
Did you do it in costume?
So did you do the poisoning part?
Yeah, exactly.
So we
Wait,
battled it out in a Greco-Roman style, naturally.
Um,
What?
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 Adult Sonic costume was able for just a... No, did he
Wait.
now?
So wait, you did wait, Greek tragedy styles? Did you have like a 12 people choir there too? Because that's required for Greek tragedy. Or was it 18?
But wait, I'm confused.
24?
Did they wrestle?
So when you say reenactment, you mean you were actually in costume?
Yes, Romeo, and I is Juliet. And
Of
after
course.
Victor's wild tussle, I and Juliet came out on top. A victory outshines forever!
This is
I
kind
dare not imagine the terrible scene of carnage.
I kind of do want to imagine.
The fact remains that it was you who prepared the tea and took it to the victim, correct?
I borrowed the water in my room and made a pot to take it with me. I heard that he was too poor to have tea himself, you see.
It's true. There was no sign of any tea leaves in the man's room.
Wanted to do something nice, to be friendly. So why is everybody looking at me such suspicious?
Because you're Asian.
It was harmless, of course it was.
And do you have any basis for that statement, witness?
It was harmless.
Hold it! What does harmless mean?
Yes, there was not a drop of tea left in the victim's room anywhere, was there? Maybe there was on the floor. Maybe the puddle really is spilled tea from the cup on the floor.
Could be.
Although that would be terribly far, right? I don't know. Was that not right by the table? Or
You
not?
do like a Kronk, be trying to drink it and then just throw it over his
Yeah.
shoulder. That's correct. Anyone would think the fellow had never had a pot of tea before. He must have licked it dry. Which is a pity, because one drop is all he would have needed to analyze it for poison. How convenient.
And you say that you returned home to your room at 11 o'clock, Mr. Nutsman?
Yes, definitely. By heaven and earth, I swear it.
See, he's not capitalizing heaven.
Yeah, that's interesting. How can one person say the capitalization?
He's not a good Christian, that's why.
The landlord was able to...
Oh wait, the landlord was able to verify that as it happened. He confirmed that the defendant went back to his room at 11 that night.
And how is the landlord able to attest to this?
The gas,
He was
man, the gas.
He was a peeping Tom, but with gas.
Exactly.
He said it was the lamps, I believe.
The lamps inspector? What the fuck?
When tenants return to the rooms and start using gas, the lamps in other parts of the house flicker.
Yes, Mr. Garridip seems to pay a lot of attention to the comings and goings of his tenants.
There's only one key to Mr. Shamsu's room. I know that for a certain. So he must have locked the door himself from inside his room.
The meeting has confirmed that to be the case, yes.
So I'm right. My tea was harmless, completely harmless. If you take poison, you die. Everyone knows that.
Not that simple, I'm afraid.
What do you mean?
It takes a while to take effect.
That poison takes some time to take effect.
How long does it take the symptoms to appear then?
According to the coroner, I was picked to at the yard about 30 minutes after the poison's consumed. Then, the victim suffers violent convulsions, cramping, and stiffness, and eventually dies from asphyxiation. It doesn't
Does
feel
not-
like the things that happened.
Does not sound pleasant at all.
It also does not feel that he was what happened there.
Mm.
How would, if he had convulsions, then he wouldn't have been calmly holding the teacup.
Mm. So there's a
It would've been
30-minute
like
interval between the
panic.
poison is ingested and the onset of symptoms. Seem to be a lot of different types of poison in the world, that's for sure.
Oh dear. Death by poisoning again. It's always so awful.
Oh, he's not dead though.
Happens every fucking time.
30 minutes is a long time.
Depends on
Are
who
we
you're
ignoring
asking.
all the other things
Yeah.
about the body?
It depends on what metric we're going with, because like if 30 minutes to like I don't know, drink a glass of water, that's a long time. 30 minutes to like make an entire movie, that's pretty quick.
Yep.
Like, that depends. It really depends.
I think it's more about the fact like those like effects of the poison do not like match what we see at the body. Like having convulsions it feels to me that he would drop the teacup he was holding, which is like the biggest thing to me.
Yeah, really.
If the first effect of the poison would be one that would make the inability to hold the teacup, it already fucks it up.
Certainly long enough for the victim to have locked the door behind the accused after he left.
You can't deny that. And it further degrades Soseki-san's alibi. Oh, that's fine. Let's.
Hey, there you
that's
go.
nice. That's good to have.
And a medical report from the doctor who examined the victim here, my lord. It spells it out, really. The accused, the only person who could have done it.
That's not for the coroner to decide.
Also, can you not make like a blood test on the victim to see if there was like
I don't know how
Um,
decent those are at this time.
Yeah.
Very well, the court will add this report to the court record as evidence.
Ah, nice. Okay, report issued by Scotland Yard's medical officer. Obviously mentions the
as
poison
well as other details.
as well as, yeah. Gleaned during the okay.
Alright.
Oh yes,
Wait,
I see it here. Delayed
no spoils.
onset of
That's no spoilers.
symptoms.
Let me look at it myself. I can read.
Mhm.
Blame Sham-Spear 31, cause of coma, ingestion of small quantity of strychnine. Toxic. So how did they determine it was strychnine then if they couldn't do a test?
Yeah, let's see the other page.
Toxic effect present 30 minutes after ingestion, high likelihood of substance mixed with the tea, okay, but no sample could be obtained for testing. Poisoning incident occurred at around 1:30 a.m.
Isn't that way later than?
He left at 11.
Yeah, that's way later than 30 minutes.
That's a 2-hour gap between when he left and the... Wow, okay. Assessed from the victim's pocket, which appears to have broken when the man collapsed after the delayed onset of symptoms. Huh.
And before the poison was found. Okay, it feels like
Great.
we have the clear contradiction to.
Yeah.
Perfectly able to lock the door. Kinda not.
I'll press it anyway.
Yeah.
The argument still stands, you say?
This is what Mr. Natsume has been saying, isn't it? The pair of them drank tea together that night, so if there was poison in it, the victim wouldn't then be able to lock the door after the accused left later on. Exactly! Me and my tea do not talk to my tea ever again. I tell you. I'm afraid, sir, that doesn't follow. You see, strychnine has a slow-acting poison. In other words, it takes time for symptoms to appear.
I already forgot that was a thing.
Also, we can never explain that to anyone.
But yeah, no, you guys gotta either know it or you're fucked.
Yeah.
Or you can you put an annotation to the video of about 31 minutes?
I can. I'll probably do that.
Yeah. 30 minutes after the victim drank the tea.
He could have left the room up to 30 minutes after. Okay, yeah, but he already left.
Yeah. And as long as you did that, Mr. Sham-Spear could have locked the door after you'd gone. But no! Uh-huh!
Nuh-uh.
The battle over what Romeo and Juliet was stronger. That came after the tea. Which would have also like
Do you have any evidence to support that statement?
in my great homeland, the Empire of Japan, we have a saying. Don't knock it till you try it. Drink tea while it's hot.
Sure, Prava will satisfy the prosecution.
2 in the pink, 1 in the sink.
Don't eat
Bring
the
the-
yellow snow.
I'm afraid there's no conclusive proof to support the defendant's assertion. On the contrary, there are sufficient grounds to infer his guilt in this matter.
No.
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 That's the extent of the testimony, is it?
If I could vote personal opinion, Mr. Naruhodo.
No, you're a woman. You're not allowed to have opinions. Sorry, what? Of course, go ahead.
Mr. Natsume is arguing for his innocence so adamantly and so persistently. Yet Inspector Gregson just brushes what he says aside. It's really quite infuriating.
It's almost like he doesn't respect the guy, huh? I agree. So we need to
Sounds
find an
like an
inconsistency
argument.
with the inspector's thing, I think.
I'm afraid so. As things stand, the jurors are sure to find Mr. Natsume guilty.
I like how this is the game just going, do something.
As I
Pretty
see it.
much.
As I see it, what we need to do is focus on what we need to focus on is the poison and the tea. Let's listen carefully to this testimony again.
Yes.
Yeah, it was around 9.
Yeah, and he left at 11.
Yeah,
She was harmless.
We used
People
the
don't
thing where
immediately
it's
give
around
out.
9.
That's the last one, right?
I thought we did the last one already to press.
Yeah, no, I mean, where
No,
to,
but
where to
the
present
first
it.
one is the one that has the hour. It was around 9, and then we have the thing that specifically says it was around 1.
Wait.
The first
Couldn't
one.
have-
It was around 9 o'clock.
when he went there.
Yeah, and we
He
can.
left
we
at
can,
11.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the
11,
report,
yeah,
the report says
Yeah.
The
Poison incident occurred
the pervert.
around
the
1:30
I
a.m.
left at
on-
11. Yeah, that's right.
I don't know if it's this statement or if it's Gregson's statement that we should.
I feel that I left around at 11 is the one because it
Yeah,
clearly indicates that
Yeah, it
it's
makes
2
sense
hours
because
later.
we're about the time, so.
And also we have the lamp to prove his story.
Yep, exactly. Mr. Natsume, you say it was 11 p.m. when you left to return to your room, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
And Inspector Gregson, can we rely on the information in the medical report unconditionally?
Yes. Here's an updated one. Yes, we can. There's no problem with that report, Sunshine.
Oh, actually, I think there's a very big problem.
Smug face.
Because there's a chronological inconsistency between it and the defendant's testimony.
So just one thing. It's kind of low on my end. I don't know if on Sebastian's end, but Sebastian's version of it's kind of low. Like I can barely hear it.
No, I can barely hear it as well.
I can do that. I can fix that in post. It's no problem.
Yeah. All right. No problem. Chrono, what? What are you talking about?
Chrono Trigger is a good SNES game. You should play it.
Yes, it is.
According to this report, the victim must have consumed the poison at around 1:30 in the morning. And yet, the defendant, Mr. Natsume, left the victim's room at 11.
Ah. Swoosh.
Yes, that's right. There's more than 2 hours of missing time there.
Nerf.
In other words, if there was poison in the tea that Mr. Natsume brought to the victim's room, how could the victim have fallen ill to it 2.5 hours
The defense
after?
rests.
How? I rest my case.
I almost choked on my own spit then.
Lovely. Good
Oh.
to know.
Nice coordinated reaction there.
The defense's argument is entirely reasonable. How do you respond, Lord Von Seeks?
Ah, yes. That's a good response. Me too.
It's alcoholism.
Me too.
It's my own brand. You can tell by the 2 sides and the Reaper on the bottle.
Yeah.
Pray forgive the discourtesy if my mind has wandered.
Wait, you're
I
not
was
paying
thinking
attention
about
to the
other shit.
cross-examination?
Sorry, I was zoning out.
I was considering what cuisine would best complement the contents of my hollowed chalice this luncheon.
How about a steak? Have you tried steak? Steak is good.
Steak?
Yeah. The regulation beef steak.
No, this is a Pinot Noir. It would not work.
Maybe it's a Bordeaux, you don't know.
It's a Bordeaux is well known for Pinot Noir.
Like, just like get like really in depth about it.
Prosecution?
I don't remember. It's one or the other, but like Burgundy or Bordeaux that does like 90% Pinot Noir shit.
Yeah, I'm
anyways.
not sure. I'm not sure either, but I thought it was Bordeaux.
So like, I was gonna like just throw my joke there and be like, but they produce nothing but Pinot Noir. What are you?
I wasn't sure
It's like
either.
the idea that the prosecution and the defense just start talking about wine while the judge is like,
just trigger him by like say stupid shit about wine.
Yeah, say dumb shit about wine, and it just it must be aged for at least 10 years before it is able to be consumed. Everyone knows this.
But like, doesn't it spoil?
No. Why, you ignoramus? Wine can be aged for 40 years as long as the conditions are well met.
can I go home?
I like to pour lemonade in my wine.
Well, that may be done in Spain. A good Pinot Noir should not do that.
Oh, now you sullied your glove.
I do hate to shadow illusions, but my Nipponese friend appears to be chasing a phantom idea.
Well, it's a good thing you only hate to shatter illusions. Apparently you have no problem with shattering glasses. A phantom what?
It is so hard to imagine that the victim drank his tea after the accused had left. For example, at the time stated in the medical report. Yes, at about 1:30.
Objection.
Mr. Natsume brought the tea with him to drink together with his neighbor. And in Japan there is a well-known saying.
ring,
tea
you
while
drink
it's
tea
hot.
Well, it's hard. Yes, like proverb will convince the
And in
prosecution.
my country, there is an even more apt saying.
Fuck off.
There is nothing more refreshing than cold tea.
Huh?
What?
The point is, if there was such a long gap, there may be other ways to explain how the victim came to be poisoned. Other possibilities,
Yeah.
like soap.
Nothing like a refreshing cold tea in the fucking snow.
Yeah, in
Time.
February.
So what are possibilities, counsel?
Soap. Well, for example, the man could have had another visitor.
Another visitor?
Stay a while. Stay forever. Well, that's a reference no one's gonna get.
That's a very bold assertion, my learned friend, from someone who has nothing to substantiate it.
I have soap. Or the victim
have
could have
soap.
taken the poison of his own volition. That's a solid idea. I'm totally
Yeah.
with you on that.
That is definitely my theory.
Yeah.
You suggest
I mean-
this may have been a suicide, counsel?
No. It was a
No,
very,
not really.
very dedicated performance of Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah, it's like this, very dedicated acting,
Yeah.
Your Honor.
Objection.
No.
Mr. Shamspear has categorically denied suicide.
It doesn't mean he didn't.
Oh.
Yeah, but like it doesn't mean he didn't take the poison, right? He just said, "Oh, I didn't want to kill myself, but I took it anyway because Romeo and Juliet."
I wanted to get this shit out of this apartment for some reason.
I didn't take it to kill
Right.
myself. I took it to get closer to my character that I was playing.
Yeah.
Technically,
The
two
idea
different things.
can and must be discounted.
Objection.
But he could be lying. Yeah, same.
Gaze
Two.
upon my glass of fox and realize that it is empty.
Well, he smashed it.
Is something wrong, Lord Van Zeeks?
This guy has not learned a single thing.
I was listening to the sound of the carriage pulling up outside the
I
court.
was zoning out again.
You have really good ears.
He has ADHD.
Pray, forgive the discourtesy. I was
Carriage? What carriage?
dealing with my hyperactivity distractions, and I was hyper-focused on the outside world for a moment. It would seem that the key player in this case has just arrived.
Is it Shamspear? Did they drive him here?
Did he come back from the dead again?
Who's holding what now? Hello?
Even as,
oh,
what- what's
brief
happening?
candle.
It is.
Life's but a walking shadow. A poor player that struts and frets his hour upon the stage, and then is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing.
the same thing he said when he
Yep.
came back.
Who, sir, are you?
Do you not have the court record, George?
William Shakespeare, my lord, alas, 'twas I, undone by those bitter ends. I am the victim.
I am the
What?
victim.
What's he doing here?
It's gonna be interesting to see the explanation for the scepter and the jewels.
Uh-huh.
The prosecution seeks to call this gentleman to the stand. With his testimony, my learned friend's feudal resistance will be utterly crushed.
He might be lying, though. You're calling him as a witness?
Very well, counsel. I round your request with interest.
I am also interested.
I'm curious to discover what the court shall hear from the victim himself.
Can you please smack Gregson with that scepter? Happy am I, Shakespeare, to regale thee with my tale of woe, my lord.
But I still have my own tale to tell. My own tale of worse woe.
I have suffered much.
Yeah,
It's
really.
not a competition. I can regale the court with the tale of my perfect innocence and perfect English. Citation needed. The person who's voicing you is not that good at English.
That will do, Mr. Natsume. Let the court now hear from the victim.